Before you were joining, I was just sharing a little bit about our collaboration for the retreat in Arizona. And I was also sharing a bit about like where Love Her is moving as far as our intention, our overall intention for
Okay.
2023. And the intention is healing, well-being, and community care. And I feel like the retreat in Arizona, Sedona, Arizona, is definitely aligned with that intention. So I wanted to you to introduce yourself and who is Dr. Alicia, and you can share a little bit about like why you are collaborating with Love Her Retreats for this retreat.
So I'm Alicia Jackson, Dr. Alicia Jackson. I'm a naturopath that does several different things. My work is rooted in spirituality and intuitive care. So most of my work, like my daily work, it deals with counseling sessions, therapy sessions, Reiki sessions. My objective and my goal is to make sure that people are getting breakthroughs, like they're having moments where they're able to push through and move forward and like rely on their own intuition, like to develop their own intuition, to trust themselves so that they're not relying so much on what someone is telling them or what they heard, or like listen to yourself. So for me, it's a type of spiritual body work that allows you to kind of wake up some things that may be hidden under trauma. So once we can move all of that back, then you can start moving wherever it is that you feel like you need to be moving. And then I'm here to help you kind of make the fine-tuned adjustments as well. I really am looking forward to working, especially in this retreat space, because I want to empower people to know that, like, I'm not this magical human being that knows all this information. I'm just the person that took the time to study it. And so I want to share that information with you, and I want to help you. And I really want to witness you like developing and using your tools and just empower you to move through this world that, when anxious moments come up or life shifts you really hard, that you can find your center and you can land somewhere safe, even if it's not on your feet. Just as long as you're landing like somewhere safe, I think is. So I feel like I'm becoming more of a spiritual midwife now, where I'm helping you just kind of give birth to all of the things that you feel like may be stagnating or laying dormant. I'm going to help you push that all
So
out.
in your experience, in your wisdom, what is the essence of like, what does it mean to be well? What does it mean to be well?
That's a really good question. So for me, and for the people that I come in contact and have the opportunity to teach or just like spend time with, we have four bodies. And so that's emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical. If one of those bodies is out of balance, then you're not well. All of these bodies speak to each other. So if the emotional body is overwhelmed, the mental body is going to try to tell it to shut up so we can get to work. But if we keep doing that, the physical body is going to start to collapse. If those start collapsing, then the spiritual body cannot even chime in to tell body is going to tell me what I need. And I think wellness is that. Being able to let your body tell you what it is that you need, opposed to sticking to these rigorous schedules about what needs to happen. What keeps me in sequence, though, is I do things in a certain order, but if I don't get to
Yeah.
all of them, then I'm okay. So an example, I wake up in the morning, I drink 16 ounces of water. Then I have like 32 ounces of tea. Then I'll have water after that. Then I'll have juices. Then I'll eat whatever I want, whether it's crazy or not, like it doesn't have to be. So last night, my intention was to eat a big salad, and I did that. But
Yeah.
then I decided I wanted spaghetti. Okay, did that, right? I didn't, today, same thing, but I didn't get to my juice, and I don't feel a way about it. Like I'm still on my 32 ounces of tea. I'm not trying to force anything in my body. It just doesn't want it right now. So wellness for me is making sure that, I'm tapping into myself. I would say daily, all of those bodies, but realistically, one of those bodies a day needs my attention and care, and that's what keeps me well. So I think the idea of being this 100% human being and like in the morning and doing yoga and doing stretching and doing meditation and burning sage, and then go make your tea and then make your smoothies, and
I
like
was just
that's a
gonna
lot.
say my morning routine keeps getting longer and longer.
I was up at
Got
5
a
this
10-step
morning,
routine.
and yeah, I came and I was like, you know what? Well, I'm up. My body felt a little achy, so I was like, let me
Mhm.
go stretch. Let me go do some yoga. I did that. I made my tea while that was happening. I have juice that I've
Mm.
juiced and I haven't even touched it yet. Is trusting yourself to know that nobody in this world knows better what you need than you once you are
Mm.
attuned with your
Yeah,
body.
thank you for saying
Yeah,
that. Because part of the retreat, there will be movement sessions and meditation sessions, and I feel you can chime in on this too, but I feel like to be connected to your body, you have to move, right? To develop that intuition, to develop that discernment with meditation. You know, how do you tune in? How do you actually connect to yourself? And I found that through my personal experience, these practices are the gateway to strengthening that discernment and connection and body awareness.
absolutely. Because if you can quiet yourself,
Mm-hmm.
then you can connect. The only reason we're not connected is because we're just so overstimulated by so many things, which is this retreat is the perfect place. Women in particular, we're responsible
Mm-hmm.
for so many things. We are running businesses. We are clocking into jobs. We are running households. We are being partners. We're in partnerships, or we're trying to figure out what that is for us. And then there's time where we need time for ourselves. Women are very dynamic bodies. And I have a running joke where I'm like, why would God give us such a tremendous responsibility
Mm-hmm.
over this complex body? There's a lot of pieces that sometimes until something goes wrong, you don't even know that it exists or it needs your attention. And so being able to come into a space with women who have a safe space and opportunity, you know, their confidentiality is protected. They can be open and vulnerable as they need to be because maybe in their personal environment they can't express themselves that way. I think that is so important for this retreat in particular. Sedona, Arizona is a magnificent place. You know, I've shared with you that I used in Arizona, and I've lived all over this country, right? But there's something about Arizona, the energy, it kind of grabs you. Um, it's one of the reasons that I really like nature shows, because when
Mm-hmm.
they highlight the desert, you get to see things transform like within 24 hours of it being scorching hot during the day to
Oh, wow.
40 degrees at night. Flower, yeah. So like in Arizona in particular, in the summer months, it could be as hot as
Mm-hmm.
105, maybe more. And at night, it drops
Wow.
down to like 40
Mm-hmm.
degrees and it's cold outside because you've been in temperatures. And so just the duality and the contrast of that, I feel like it's a
Mm.
lot like women.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
a lot about like, oh, we're, we're on fire, we're hot, you know, we want to touch and we want to be this. And then we're like, listen, the moon boat, it's not
Yeah.
time for any of that. You're knocking me off my, I don't, you have to come in during business.
For sure. I'm really excited about this retreat as well. Number one, collaborating with you and, being in the beautiful Sedona, Arizona. So you've already kind of touched on this. Let's just say one thing that someone who's listening to this now or later, what's one thing they can do to prioritize like their health or just their overall well-being if they've gotten off track and like, coming into the new year. Yeah. Yeah.
Coming into the new year, yes. You know, normally I would say drink water.
It's like my grandma, what's wrong? I don't know. Drink some water.
But I'm going to I'm going to evolve from that. You drink your water, right? But at the same time,
Mm.
I think breath work. I think the climate is really special to me. The energetic vortexes are really special. And it's just something I feel like you have to experience. Someone was saying, well, wow, she has other
Mhm.
retreats. They're so exotic. And
Yeah.
I was like, no, go to Arizona. Like that's where I want to go. I mean, I would go anywhere, right? But Arizona, I think is, and when you look at retreats in particular, there
Mhm.
are a lot of retreat centers in
Yeah,
Arizona, and
for a
it's been that
reason,
way for
right? Yeah.
decades.
Hmm.
I think breath work is vital to just,
Hmm.
you could do it anywhere. You don't have anything on you. You don't have to go anywhere to get it. All you have is your vessel, and then you just plug in, you just tune in. And so I think breath work is the thing that centers you. It's the thing that clears out the clutter. If you're hyperventilating,
Hmm.
focus on your breathing. It will calm everything down. If you are having shallow breaths, focus on your breathing. Feel the expansion, feel the contraction. It will take you out of that space. And you're talking to somebody who used to have asthma. So breath was vital. But the reason that I had asthma, and I'll be transparent, is because I was in a relationship
Mm.
that was taking my breath away.
Wow.
And once that relationship once the relationship ended and I made some
Mm.
modifications to my diet, I didn't have it anymore. So easy to get involved. And one of the things that I probably learned between 2020 and now is you
Hmm.
need your energy. It is a currency. It's your life force. And if you're just spending it and giving it to
Hmm.
everybody, that's why we're depleted. Budgeting our personal energy at all. Everything is a yes, everything is a sure, why not? And then the things that we want to do within our energy also deplete us. So we want to make sure that for 2023, we are like, not, I don't even want to use the word reinvigorating because I feel like that's a lot of energy, but
Mm.
I feel like we need to reimagine what life looks like for us. And in that reimagining, we could be soft, we could be delicate, we could set boundaries, we can enforce boundaries, we can know when we need to respect boundaries because boundaries
Yes.
are being set for us too. And that's what I'm looking forward to in this retreat is for us to see not only what we need, but how we integrate into the lives of people and what energy we may not be aware of that we're dumping on people.
Yes, absolutely. I am grateful for you and just just this conversation alone, I've received so much and I want to thank you for that so much.
Thank you. Great that, this is even
Hmm.
happening.
Yes.